Hi, my name is Tero Dragan from AppAwards, and I'm here today with Tony Mobily, co-founder at ApolloHq. AppAwards gives an App Award to the best design applications in the world. Today, I am happy to announce that the winner of this award for the task management category is ApolloHq. Congratulations to you and your team.
Right. That's actually our first award, by the way. So we did a whole award thing and discovered that there's a whole big market, a market of awards, fake awards that you can actually
Oh,
buy. So you pay money and you get awarded. And if your project doesn't have any a fitting category, you can buy the category as well. So
okay, we don't do that.
this is the first award Apollo has ever won. So thank you. Very, very honored.
Can you tell us a bit more about yourself, your company, and your app?
Sure. Apollo is a project management software and CRM, which means you can manage your projects and also manage your contacts. It's a pretty little program which does a lot of things. And we started actually, that's the next question, I suppose. I'm not going to say anything. So that's me. Andrea started the project, and I kind of jumped on board a little while after he started.
Mhm.
Andrea's my best friend. He's actually a guy.
Yeah, Italian name.
Yeah, he's Italian. I'm Australian and Italian. So, and that's the story. And so, Apollo is something that allows you to manage your projects, your tasks, and your team and your clients. So, if you've got something to do and you want to, make it happen, you can use Apollo. And if you've got contacts, you can use Apollo to track what you say and what contacts say to you.
Okay. Um, we have reviewed more task management apps, as you can expect. In your opinion, what sets your app apart from all the rest?
Well, three things really. The first one is the fact that it integrates project management and CRM. Now, CRM
Hmm.
means managing contacts. Um, the thing about this is that we feel that they're very interconnected, meaning that you need one and the other at the same time, and that's why having it in one spot really helps you when you're dealing with customers, because a project is for a customer, and a customer is a contact. So
Yeah.
you want to do that. The second thing that sets it apart is the heavy use of Ajax. This means that the application doesn't look like a website. It looks like an application.
Hmm.
It looks like even a little too much. Like people sometimes complain the way you complain about a desktop application because it just feels like one. And then, they realize, oh, that's actually a web app. So maybe I should be a bit lenient about things. Yeah. And the third thing is how much we're developing in terms of calendar, timers, and all the features we are developing at the moment. Um, with Apollo, you get a fantastic calendar which integrates with iCal. You get interactive timers. You get so much, and it's a kind of a all-in-one package, and it works really well, all integrated. So that's the story. That's my little answer.
A little indeed, but thank you for shedding light on this topic. How did you get the inspiration to create Apollo HQ?
Well, there was that's the thing. There was a lack of we couldn't find at the time an application that did CRM and project management. So we really, were like, okay, there must be something there, and we didn't find it. And also, there wasn't an app at the time. Like, it's a bit better now, but at the time, there wasn't an app that looked like an app rather than a website.
Hmm.
We were like, somebody's going to have to do this. We kept on saying it, somebody's going to have to do this. And then it's like, well, why don't we do it? That sort of
Yeah.
thing. And then Dres started doing it for real. At the beginning, I wasn't with him really. And then a year later, he's like, Tony, the Apollo thing, that's where it's at. And I think I need help.
Hmm.
Like, whoa, okay, you took it seriously. So yeah, surely. It was a few years back because we've been programming the thing for quite a while. So yeah, that was the inspiration. It was like, there must be something that does it, and it wasn't. And also, it had just happened that we just programmed. Well, Andrea, not we. I say we too much here. Andrea just a project for a client, and it was very similar. So he had that kind of understanding of the thing, and
Okay.
so it was like, yeah. And also, he wanted to get away from developing software for customers. Just he wanted to get into the software as a service world. So he got into it, and yeah, he brought me into this game as well, which is great.
Okay. And how did you find Apollo when you first joined the company? Was it already growing
No,
big?
no, it didn't exist yet. It was still being developed.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it was still actually not even usable really. Let me just think for a second because it became usable really. Yeah, just I jumped into the company just when was starting to become something that you could use really.
okay.
So it was
And
before it happened really.
your first steps after writing a prototype, what were they?
You mean writing Apollo?
Yeah. So
Oh,
you wrote
I tell you what, at the beginning we started using it for real because we had to see if it worked, and it
Mm-hmm.
at all. So it was like, okay, guys, we need to stop developing and just make sure that what we did actually works.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the next step. The next step was making sure because we couldn't get it out the door like that. We need to get something that actually worked really well. So we stopped features and we started testing and checking and making sure that things actually did what they were supposed to do rather than something completely different or nothing at all. So that was the next step. It was about we've got an idea, we've got a little beginning. Now let's make it work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
You
it did eventually, so it was great. But yeah,
must
the
be
next
great.
step was to sit down and work on the code that we did and make it work.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that was the idea.
Okay. Plans for the future of Apollo HQ?
Well, the plan is to make it grow even more. Like lately, we added some features that we felt that were really missing. Like for example, we added iCal integration, meaning that you can now see your. I don't know if you'd read the blog, but you can now see your Apollo calendars. That means events and tasks into your Google account. So there is
Yeah.
integration. There is reply by mail, which was another piece of the puzzle that was really needed because we
Okay.
needed it. We really, really needed it. And we keep at this point we are at the point that Apollo is good, but we want to make it really, really, really good. So now it's not about features.
Yeah.
The plan is to keep on developing Apollo.
Correct.
At this point,
Correct.
I gotta be honest, we know how many people are signing up.
Yeah.
It's growing, that's great. It's a nice number and we monitor it. Um, we've got our customers, we've got, more than we thought in terms of customers, which is great. Thank God we actually made the server bigger than we thought. Now it's about features. Now it's about what can you do with Apollo? Can you do enough?
Yeah.
Not quite yet. It's getting better. So the plan is to make it grow and eventually do things that users ask for, like, they ask a lot for invoicing, for example. So
Mm-hmm.
that's something we weren't planning on doing, but now it's like, well, this is the 8th person this week is going, what about invoicing? So maybe we should do something about it. So the plan
Correct.
is to listen to customers and see what they want and
Okay.
do features. We're not going to let it rot. We're going to do
Mm-hmm.
it consistently.
Okay. Any plans for the future of the company? So extending, creating a new app within the same company,
Um,
a
not
new
strict
business unit?
plans. I don't know. We don't tend to plan too far ahead because you plan and then it doesn't work out. We're definitely thinking about more products and
Okay.
specifying, but not before Apollo gets really, really good. Like we want
Okay.
to be happy with it, and we want to be happy with developing more features before we go. Well, that's great. Now let's start. We know the next project is going to drain